Hi everyone, this is Catherine Tétreault-Ayotte with my sister and collaborator Jennifer Akkad.
Hello.
Welcome to our weekly live. We're so happy to be back. Freshly arrived from a very high frequency retreat in Elbush, Mexico. And we had such a deep intention to show up live last week. And yeah, life had other plans, but here we are today, like really activated and with the intention of bringing in this energy in our service, in our flow, in this live. And we want to open up to, beautiful synchronicity and timing. We're opening up to our upcoming Costa Rica retreat. And we're so really excited about, like this opening up. This is a retreat that, I've personally been planning for more than a year now before I was even living in Costa Rica, and just opening up to all the gifts and all the surprises that are coming along to prepare for that retreat. So we want to speak into today, well, kind of like the we called it the preliminaires in French, like the before you
The
before you
foreplay.
get into action. Yeah, the foreplay before you get into action, like, because I actually hesitated to go into Albush, Mexico. There was a retreat plan with my mentor, and like I kind of like traveled back to that moment where I hesitated, and when I chose to say yes, and what opened up for me. Um, because as we're opening up this new retreat, this new portal, it's kind of the same. It's kind of the same, and we get to speak into that, so that you can really receive the opening that can happen when your soul, your subconscious, when your body like actually travels to a new location, taps into like new codes, new grids, new energies, new people, music, food, all of that is all very like stimulating and opening. So, for me, the moment what happened for me was that I gave myself permission. I really gave myself permission to say, I'm going for it. I'm gonna be traveling. It's long. There's ferries, there's cars, like traveling in Costa Rica, leaving my kids behind with my husband. My parents were coming from Canada. Like there were so many things that I could have used as an excuse for not showing up. But instead I said, I gave myself a permission that this is the life that I've created. This is what I'm receiving. And I stepped into the retreat with that intention of receiving, just receiving what comes to me. And so what allows for when you open up to give yourself permission is that you receive the mystery, you soften because there's no expectations. There's just the feminine principle of receiving. And so that opens new channels like the crown, the womb, the yoni, and that creates flow. That brings so much juicy inspiration, connection, and it allows you to re-harness parts of yourself that you might have forgotten, that maybe you've never even met, that you thought were not allowed for. And that's nourishing for your soul. That's like you become whole. So when you're whole, you're one with the source. So there's nothing blocking the flow. You're just allowing yourself to be you, and by being you, you receive pleasure, you receive flow, you receive wealth, you receive your gifts, you receive the resonance of life telling you keep going. This is your path. This is you. Like this is why it created you, so that you show up and you give yourself permission to show up. There's nothing's holding you back as long as you give yourself the permission. And that's an inner choice. Once you empower your soul to take those decisions, the inner shift happens, and it starts within and it goes without. And that's when you bridge the spiritual to the material. Is that it starts within. It starts with the soul choosing to be embodied. It's soul with the soul choosing to say yes, to the mystery, to the initiation that's coming, to the, yeah, to life opening up, to life blooming. So this is the magic that came through that I wanted to share with you, and allowing yourself to give yourself permission to receive the this exquisite life, this precious life that we're given. Yeah. So giving thanks for everything that was allowed for and received, and that this may be um, transmitted to you, and that you may choose for your soul, for the highest good. Yeah. So Jen, I would love to hear what's opening up for you, and yeah, speaking into the subject of saying yes.
Yes, 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 yes. Saying yes. It all starts with a yes. And I'm going to go back to my point of choice of going to this Holbox retreat that we had last week, which was, yeah, filled of surprises and blessings. It's like I'm just really overflowing right now. And my wish is to share all of this energy with you. But this point of decision, also, I was hesitating. I was wondering if I was going to go. And my radar is my body. So I was like, oh, I can see it, but my mind was trying to say, oh, well, why am I going to go? What am I going to get? It's complicated, all the ferries and all the obstacles. And then I'm like, no, wait a minute. Is there a calling there? Is there something that's lining up with my deep intentions? And I had the deep prayer and intention of being in the magic and being in the simplicity of the moment just before making that choice. A part of my body wanted to surrender even deeper. And it was like, oh, I just want to bathe into that magic, bathe into receiving. And so for me, the second my body said yes, the second I felt it in my body, and it was no longer an effort to say yes, that's when the door opened. And I was like, okay, well, that's the plan. And it became super, super clear. Like all the complications of the mind dropped and it became clear. And I extended my stay a week more to have a travel on top of this with a friend. And it was just really, really wonderful. It connected me back to the adventurous part of me, the one who used to backpack in my 20s, the one who was enjoying so much freedom in that simplicity of being in a new country and, waking up in the mornings and going for juices and getting to know the locals and all of this. So it really, really reconnected me to that part of myself, this was not expected. I had other parts of myself that were reconnected to that were absolutely not expected. And it just makes life more full to have more of you. And that's why we do the work that we do, because there's nothing that you need to leave behind. Sometimes our mind goes crazy and is like, well, what if I change? I'm going to leave that part of myself behind, or this relationship will break, or I'm not going to have this anymore. This is all the mind. The truth is that once you surrender into that flow of magic and that flow of creation, everything is provided to you in order for you to shine. And when we say you shine, it's that essence, that spirit, that soul of yours that is going to shine through your body. And it's going to give back, and it's going to create that life setup that you've always desired. It's never going to be disaligned. Never. And if it's disaligned, you will feel it. Your body will tell you, your spirit will whisper it to you. Hey, girl, it's disaligned. Make adjustments, in your lifestyle, in your playground. And then you bow to that whisper and you keep on going. So going back to the retreat, we received many, many blessings in that retreat. And we are now offering, both of us, Catherine and myself, a retreat in Costa Rica where we live now. This is going to happen mid-April. We will put the link at the end. But we are sharing a bit of our experience of choosing to go to the retreat from our mentor, because we know the obstacles sometimes that get presented when we are called to upgrade. When we're like, oh, that sounds amazing, but, So we are here to help you clear the buts. It's said a bit weirdly, but we're here to, I'm just laughing. Oh, okay, so I'm alone on the chat. It ejected Catherine out. We are here to clear all the obstacles, because the obstacles are always going to be present when you're about to go for an upgrade of lifestyle, an upgrade of frequency, when you're going to go for a calling and transformation into something that is more aligned with the gifts that you are here to offer to the people around. But the buts should not be a stopper. We have to pay attention to what's underneath, to what's the prayer and what is actually manifesting that opportunity, and choosing from that space. And then your body is going to open and say, hey, yes, That's where I'm going to go. And I'm committed and I'm choosing this. So that's the process. You will be hearing more and more from us about this retreat soon. Catherine, it's so funny that you got ejected when we were speaking about the butt list.
I know, and we started cracking laughing. I know, I have the same reaction. It's like, ooh, it's too much life.
It's too much life force, and and I was just explaining that when we are tapping into much more frequency and upgraded frequency and much life force, things will start popping in front, and the butts are going to, the obstacles are going to come. And this is a perfect example, technology, because we always witness this, that the second we start like bringing more and more life force, and I'm going to be careful with the tone here just to not be ejected out. We're laughing, but it's true. It really happens like this. We'll get obstacles. Are you committed? Are you really going there? Are you staying anchored? Are you centered? How is your nervous system handling that new energy? Are you capable of allowing yourselves to absorb all this energy that's pouring inside your bodies to manifest I'm going to say a bigger life, but it's not bigger as wanting more. It's bigger as it's your soul birthright. It's not even up to us. It's as we are welcoming all this new potential, as we are appearing more and more in our gifts, as we are getting out of our own fucking way, the playground gets built. And are we capable of receiving that? Is our nervous system capable of receiving all that abundance, that wealth, that opening of the heart, and all that potential? And it's really the opposite of how we were conditioned, from a young age, as we have to plan, we have to think. It's not this, is we have to surrender inside of who we are and receive and then respond. It's really the opposite process. It's very organic. So all of this to say that the Costa Rica retreat is going to be a catalyzer. It's going to be a taster into the codes of Bloom and higher level frequencies of mentoring that we offer. It's going to make you bathe into lifestyle, into embodiment, into bliss, into your wealth codes, into the diva woman that you are. You're going to be bathing into all those codes for 4 full days and 6 days retreat. And we will speak more about this along the next weeks. But we wanted to open the door and share from our hearts because it's very, very exciting. And now that we have gone through a retreat, both of us, I mean, we are like even more, we're going to be propelling and inviting people to these type of events because it's totally life-changing, totally life-changing. And I'll give you back the mic, Kat, because I know we need to close soon.
Yeah. The only thing I want to add as a tool that I use specifically for this retreat that we just went to in Albush, I asked myself, I use my truth radar. So there's kind of like, I use my soul, my heart, and then I use the truth and I align them both. And I ask myself, okay, what's my true intention? What does my soul really want to receive? And then once I received it, I put it out there. And like you said, everything just like was given to me. Everything was like propelled. It was smooth. There was no more obstacles. So, having that check, that inner check of truth with your soul, not from the ego, from the mind, like really your soul is like your highest self, like that you can really know that you're taken care of from that place. It's really, yeah, so we'll speak into it more. In the meantime, we'll drop the link. If you want to, there's a possibility for you to book a call with us. If you have any questions about the retreat, there's a link for that on the landing page that I will put there. So yeah, Costa Rica Bloom Immersion retreat coming soon. It's in April. In the meantime, sending so much love and bless and peace and life force to this community, and that this may have ripple effects all over you.
Yes,
thank you for tuning in.
Thank you. I just want to add also just very quickly that check out the link for the Bloom retreat because we do have an amazing 2-for-1. So bring a friend until a certain date. So, and this is like amazing. You can bring a friend, share. It makes more people. It's more sharing, and we really want to make it accessible for you to come and join this Bliss Week.
Yeah, perfect. Thanks, Jen.
Thank you,
All
everybody.
right.
See you
See
soon.
you. Bye.